How's it going, you guys? NewAge here with our next week's episode of Pokemon of the Week. This one, I can only assume is going to be a longer episode than usual, only because Pokemon of the Week is Charizard, and they just packed it all in here. Charizard, Charizard X, Charizard Y, and all of them have like a million different movesets, but I'm gonna try and move through this as quickly as possible. But I am cool with Charizard being the Pokemon of the Week. Now my scrolling's all off, whatever. So I am cool with Charizard being Pokemon of the Week though, because sounds like we're gonna win. Because according to what they say here, Charizard is not some to be messed with. So basically, for the overview, all they say non-stop is how Charizard is more just a mediocre Pokemon on its own, and unless you Mega Evolve it, it's not all that great. They seem really reluctant to even want to put information about regular Charizard in here, but they did anyways, so we're gonna go over that. For the positives, like I said, they just don't stop. One of the positives under Charizard is it has two good Mega Pokemon. Like, okay, then say that about the Mega Pokemon, not Charizard itself. Move pool, pretty diverse. And again, give both Mega Forms good coverage, versatility, all that good stuff. Base 100 speed, pretty good. I'm just gonna avoid any of the stuff it says about Mega Pokemon, because this is like my third time reading over this. And I'm like, hey man, calm down. We're talking about Charizard, not Mega Charizard right here. So, base 100 speed, not bad. As long as you can avoid Stealth Rock, Charizard has 6 resistances and ground immunity. And its last positive is it has 2 good Mega Forms, so, like I said. And negatives, times 4 Stealth Rock, obviously, really bad. Its bulk isn't that great. And base offenses of 109 special attack and 84 attack are not the greatest in the world. I think 109 seems pretty decent, but not good enough for them, I guess. And once again, last point on negatives, Charizard is bad. Use a Mega version of Charizard. See, that's what I'm talking about. So the abilities for regular Charizard, we got Blaze. When the Pokemon's HP is below 1/3 of its maximum HP, fire type attacks are increased by 50%. So pretty good ability. No drawback, just stronger fire type moves once you get weaker, and that's basically all there is to it. And then its hidden ability is Solar Power. During sunlight, special attack is boosted by 50%, but you lose 1/8 of your HP after every turn. So they said that it was a lot easier to use last generation when sunlight was permanent. Completely true. I mean, weather effects aren't even that big of a deal anymore just because they're not permanent. But it makes it nice and powerful, all that good stuff. It does say it takes a lot of support to use, so keep that in mind if you're doing that. So the first move set for Charizard, we've got Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Focus Blast, Dragon Pulse, or Overheat, with Choice Specs, Choice Scarf, Solar Power, Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Foreign Defense, and a Modest or Timid Nature. So basically, like I said, the Pokemon, or using Charizard with Solar Power, needs a lot of support and all that good stuff. So you'd need, first off, a Pokemon that can make Sun, whether it be Ninetales that does it on its own, or a Pokemon that sets it up using Sunny Day. And then you also need Rapid Spin or Defog to get rid of Stealth Rocks, all that good stuff. But when you have all that taken care of, Choice Specs and Solar Power with Modest and Max Special Investment, Fire Blast is hitting insanely hard. Let's see, what else does it say? It can, one of the things it says, it can 2-hit KO EVO Light Chansey with Fire Blast. That, I love the sound of that. Also, what? I had lost my place. There's so much text here, but I'm not going to read it all to you. I mean, it basically just talks about the coverage. You get Fire Blast for your stab, Solar Beam so you can hit water Pokemon, Focus Blast for more coverage for things like Heatran or Tyranitar, and Dragon Pulse or Overheat. Dragon Pulse you get for extra coverage for Pokemon like Dragonite and stuff that resists your fire type moves and your Focus Blast and Solar Beam. Or you could get Overheat to come in, use that, and then withdraw your Charizard again. So kind of like a one-shot kind of deal. Next set is Belly Drum Fire Punch, Earthquake, and Substitute with a Salac Berry, Blaze ability, max attack, max speed, 4 defense, a HP IV of 30, and an Animate Nature. So basically this is just a really old set. It says back from Gold, Silver, Crystal, so that's crazy. I didn't play competitive back then because I was like 8, so I had no idea. But basically this set isn't all that great in competitive, but if you want to use it against your friends, it's insanely powerful. Pretty much what you do is you Belly Drum, and then the Salac Berry will activate only if you have the HP IV of 30, because that helps divide it up equally, you know, math and all that stuff. So the Salac Berry will activate. So after the turn of Belly Drum, you'll have +6 attack and a +1 speed boost, plus be boosted by Blaze. So you'll basically be destroying the whole team with Fire Punch, whatever team you're battling against, and that's all there is to it. It does take support like any Charizard, just with Stealth Rock and all that good stuff. But other than that, if you could get it off, go for it. Not too shabby. Other options, we got Flare Blitz, Thunder Punch, Dragon Claw, Brick Break, Air Slash, Roost, Will-O-Wisp, and the Charizard Mega Stones. Like I said, not even gonna bother because we're talking about regular Charizard here. So Flare Blitz over Fire Punch in the Charizard set, a lot more power, but because you'll be one-shotting everything using Flare Blitz at +6, you're going to be taking all kinds of recoil, and you already cut your HP, so you're basically killing yourself. You could probably only take out 1 or 2 Pokemon before Flare Blitz takes you down. And then Thunder Punch, Dragon Claw, and Brick Break are all alternatives to Earthquake as coverage moves, but they don't have as much coverage as Earthquake, so that's basically the primary option. Air Slash is the best flying type move that Charizard gets, but it doesn't offer as much coverage as its other moves. Roost is good for keeping Charizard alive, especially with Stealth Rocks, and Charizard could also run Will-O-Wisp, but it says more defensive Pokemon, and other fire types are better at running Will-O-Wisp, so it's not completely recommended with the regular Charizard. So that's for regular Charizard. Got the double-triple battle right here, and then countering Charizard, Heatran and Tyranitar can counter it pretty well, unless you can catch it with the Focus Blast. And then obviously Stealth Rocks, and then bulky water type Pokemon as long as they could avoid Solar Beam, and Dragon types if you're not running Dragon Pulse. I don't think a lot of Charizards run, well, at least like say Charizard Y is a special attacking. Not too many of them run Dragon Pulse, I don't think. So then of course Quagsire or Clefable being unaware, and a multi-scale Dragonite could take a hit pretty well and revenge kill Charizard, it seems. And then Choice Scarf Pokemon like Garchomp, Terrakion, and Keldeo, outspeed, one-shot it with the right move. And that's basically how you take out Charizard. Kind of some ways. Charizard does get pretty good coverage, so they basically just have to do it right if they're trying to take out your Charizard. So next we got Charizard X, and overview. Basically, Fire Dragon type, Charizard Y, yay, waiting all our lives for this, all that good stuff. Fire Dragon is a really good typing. The only other Pokemon to have that is Reshiram, so now we have a non-legendary Pokemon with that, along with Tough Claws. Just makes everything work out super well for Charizard X. So positives, like it says again, Fire Dragon good offensive and defensively. Let's see. It's also not weak to new fairy type. Tough Claws, great ability. Pretty much works on all of its moves except for Earthquake. Also, it has 130 offenses in both attack and special attack, which I didn't know, so that's pretty cool. So it does give you the option to run a special move, even though Tough Claws still makes it more worthwhile to use physical. Still has the base 100 speed, so that's good, you know, for Mega Evolving and all that stuff. And where are we at? Oh, Charizard X also gets a decent defense boost, so you can take hits better. And it's pretty versatile, having Dragon Dance sets, Swords Dance sets, Tailwind sets, and even Will-O-Wisp sets. Because of the defense boost, it's able to run something like that. And then, like I said, the ability Tough Claws, so all the moves that make contact are increased by 33%. And, yeah, so basically like Life Orb, except without the recoil, so completely worth it. And then its moves, first one is Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, or Outrage, Flare Blitz, Roost, or Earthquake. With Charizard X as the item, obviously, and then Blaze on Charizard is what they say on regular Charizard. Adamant Nature, Max Attack, Max Speed, 4 Defense. So basically this is the main set that Charizard X will run. After only using one Dragon Dance, it's pretty much able to take out most Pokemon, or 2-hit KO the other remaining that it can't take out. And it can outspeed a lot of decent Pokemon, even some Choice Scarf Pokemon. Dragon Claw and Flare Blitz are good coverage for super effective, or at least neutral damage. It says that Azumarill takes a lot of damage from a +1 Flare Blitz, so that'll be cool to see happen if we can. And Outrage is an alternative for Dragon Claw. It's 50% stronger, which is a lot more when you take into consideration Tough Claws and Stab. I don't know if that does or not, but either way. The only thing is Outrage will trap you in, so you have to be careful not to be revenge killed and all that good stuff. It also 2-hit KOs Unaware Quagsire, who walls Dragon Claw pretty well, so that could be a reason to run Outrage. And Roost is great to heal off Flare Blitz, and it could even let Charizard take a few more hits than it normally could, just because of the boosted defense. However, Earthquake can be used on more fast-paced teams to get rid of Heatran, who otherwise take Charizard's moves pretty well. And then there's the given EV spread, but they also give another one to make a more bulky one. That's 248 HP, 100 attack, and 160 speed. So it'll let Charizard outspeed things like an Adamant Excadrill before Dragon Dance, while the extra HP gives it more survivability while still having some pretty decent attack power. So for the next set, we've got Swords Dance, Tailwind, Outrage, or Dragon Claw, and Flare Blitz, with Charizard X, Tough Claws, Blaze on Charizard, Max Attack, Max HP, 4 Speed, and then an Adamant or Jolly Nature. So it says most Pokemon use double dance sets with one move that drastically increases speed and another move that drastically increases attack. So this is that set for Charizard. You got Swords Dance that boosts it by 2 and Tailwind that boosts your speed by 2 from 3 turns. Basically, a lot of offensive teams rely on Scarf Pokemon like Excadrill to revenge kill Charizard. I totally do that. But with the boost of Tailwind, it can outrun even the Choice Scarf Pokemon, as well as, again, having the neutral coverage from Outrage or Dragon Claw, as well as Flare Blitz, and all that good stuff. And then with the Swords Dance, you can basically take out a lot of Pokemon. I don't remember it saying anything about, yeah. So, again, Outrage, since it's unaware, Swords Dance won't matter, but Outrage still 2-hit KOs Quagsire. And yeah, so that's basically it for that one. And then next set is a Will-O-Wisp, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, or Flare Blitz, or Fire Punch, and then Roost. Same with the item and ability. And then EVs are 248 HP, 228 special defense, and 32 speed with Careful Nature. So there's a more bulky, just kind of breaking down team kind of Pokemon, I guess. All the resistances and, well, the immunity to ground when it comes out. And then you're not weak to Fairy type, and all that good stuff. So, a lot of ways to be defensive with Charizard X. So, Will-O-Wisp is good for using on this Pokemon. Especially if you give it enough special defensive estimate, since it already gets the defense boost when it Mega Evolves. So it'll help you wear down your opponent's team a lot, especially with Roost, and then just throw out offensive moves whenever the time is right, whenever you need to. And yeah, basically all of the things that could wall or would wall like physical attackers like a Zoomer and Landorus, if you catch them at the right time and get them burned, they basically can't do anything to you, especially with the Roost. And also 2 defense set. It says that Flare Blitz is able to one-hit KO Mega Gardevoir, as well as putting a lot of pressure on Calm Mind the Fable. So that's saying Flare Blitz over possibly Earthquake or Fire Punch, if you wanted to go with one of those. And it also says you can put more EVs into speed, like 152, because then it lets you outspeed a Jolly Mega Heracross and burn it before it gets to hit you, which I wouldn't think Mega Heracross would be anywhere near as fast as Charizard, but that's what they say. And then the last set is Dragon Claw, Outrage, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, and Roost. So basically this set is just based on coming in and hitting, and then healing up when you need to. It's not really a Dragon Dance set like the other ones. It just focuses more on hitting and getting the damage out and all that good stuff. And it also says you can add more into the HP if you need to, just dropping some of the speed, since you're not worrying about setting up and all that stuff. It's just focus on hitting. So that's another option. Make it last longer so you could take more hits, put them all out, and all that good stuff. And then for the other options, there's Thunder Punch, Overheat, Hidden Power Grass, Belly Drum, Defog, Dragon Rush, Dragon Tail, and Toxic. So basically Thunder Punch is there for Azumarill, one of the few that it would actually be good for, but like I said earlier, it gets hit hard by Flare Blitz, so you don't necessarily need that. And then, like I said before, it has 130 for the offensive all around, so Overheat is a good move that you can use for just being unsuspecting, all that good stuff. Get to dish it out, and then you can even stay in and go with the more physical hits, since you could just have that one as your own special. And then, let's see, also it says that Flare Blitz might just still be worth more than Overheat anyways, because it still ends up doing more damage after the Tough Claws. And then Hidden Power Grass is good, of course, for something like Quagsire, but other than that, it's not really worth using any other time. And then Belly Drum for Charizard X, it says that is basically insanely strong. It can 1-hit KO max HP Heatran with Dragon Claw. So Heatran's taking the Dragon Claws all day, but not with the +6. And Roost, since you are a bit more bulky as Charizard X, Roost is an option that you could get to heal off the damage after you have a Belly Drum. So unfortunately though, you don't get any speed boost, so it does make it a little iffy sometimes. And then it says Defog, it can also learn, but there's more important Pokemon to give Defog than Charizard, like Mandibuzz or Zapdos, stuff like that. And then Dragon Rush is a stronger alternative to Dragon Claw without trapping you with Outrage, and it does have a chance to flinch your opponent, but the low accuracy is really costly. And Dragon Tail is pretty good for the defensive sets because it lets you phase out Pokemon that are trying to set up or anything like that, and it also allows you to build up entry hazard damage that you might have set up. And then Toxic, another option for defensive Charizard, but the attack drop of Will-O-Wisp is really important for Charizard because you need that, since a lot of what it's weak to are physical attackers. And then last, like I said, gonna be a long one. Oh yeah, and countering Mega Charizard X. Let's see. Mainly keeping Stealth Rocks out is good. Granted, after it Mega Evolves, it only takes 25%. That still does put a lot of pressure on it to switch out. Quagsire is a good answer. Since it could take hits outside of Outrage. And it can also, if you have Quagsire, pair it up with a partner Fairy or Steel type who can handle the Outrage better. Fairy, of course, it wouldn't even affect it at all, and then Steel would resist it. And then other physically bulky ground Pokemon like Landorus, Terrain, Hippowdon, and even Rhyperior can take a hit from a +1 Charizard X and knock it out with Earthquake. And unfortunately, each of the Pokemon that I did just mention don't appreciate Will-O-Wisp from the defensive set. And in that case, you would use Heatran to take the Will-O-Wisp and then be able to hit back with something like Earth Power, as long as the Charizard isn't carrying Earthquake. Azumarill also resists the moves, although it does take a lot of damage from Flare Blitz, but a Choice Band boosted Play Rough or a Play Rough plus Aqua Jet combination can pick off a weaker Charizard X, as long as it doesn't have the speed boost. And Charizard X can also be outran by faster Pokemon like Terrakion, Keldeo, Landorus, and Garchomp, or a Choice Scarf version of any of those Pokemon. Can even outspeed the Dragon Dance sets. And then teams with Drizzle or Tyranitar can also be used, as well as powerful Swift Swim users or Sand Rush Pokemon like Excadrill. So basically the same as a regular Charizard, only problem is Charizard gets a lot of coverage, so you have to work around that if you're wanting to try and take out a Charizard. And then there's Charizard Y. For the overview, basically it says it would have been better last gen when Sun was permanent. Now you couldn't exactly make a whole team around Charizard like you could have in 5th gen, but granted, Charizard Y is not good for Sun teams anymore because of the weather, how it works in Gen 6. It is great as a standalone Pokemon. So a positive base 159 special attack stat in the Sun with Stab Fire Blast will hit insanely hard. Just like the case with normal Charizard, Charizard Y's typing can be good if Stealth Rock is gone. It has 6 immunities, or 6 immunities, 6 resistances, and the immunity to ground moves, and Drought even removes the water weakness, so that's great too. And Charizard Y's defenses are not as great, but it does have pretty good special bulk for an offensive Pokemon. And then Charizard Y's neutrally good move pool helps Charizard Y first off have recovery with Roost, and then some pretty decent coverage. And then the base 100 speed still good, and Drought having the great ability, just like I said, makes it a great standalone Pokemon on itself with the 50% boost to fire type moves. The Solar Beam that you can hit with one turn, and the removing the water weakness, so that really works for Charizard. And then the negatives, Stealth Rock, of course, it's even more of an issue for Charizard Y because Charizard X can keep switching out and only take 25, as opposed to Charizard Y, he'll lose half his health when he comes out. And Charizard Y also doesn't have much of a sweeping ability, since it doesn't have the boost moves like Dragon Dance like Charizard X has, and unfortunately it does get walled slightly by Chansey and Blissey, like most special attacking Pokemon do. And then Drought, its ability, the weather changes to intense sunlight when the Pokemon enters the battle. So as of X and Y, it does only last for 5 turns, but it does let you hit insanely strong. So first moveset, Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Focus Blast, and Roost. Same item, same ability, Charizard Y, Stone, and Blaze. So you have a modest timid nature, max special attack, max speed, and 4 in defense. So basically, this is just taking advantage of Charizard's raw power, hit insanely hard, all that good stuff. It says last gen, Politoed would have been a bigger deal, but it's not as common anymore, so Solar Beam is a lot safer of a move to use. It gets a lot of coverage from rock and water type Pokemon. Focus Blast rounds out the coverage, hitting Pokemon like Tyranitar and Heatran. And Roost, again, get the HP off, all that good stuff. And like I said, special bulk, all that. And it says you can run modest if you're willing to hit harder, but if you want to be faster than positive speed Pokemon like Landorus Terrain or Kyurem Black, you'll probably want to go with Timid Nature. And the next set, Flamethrower or Fire Blast, Solar Beam or Earthquake or Focus Blast, Will-O-Wisp, and Roost. So, same item, same ability, 248 HP, 228 special defense, 32 speed, Calm Nature. Now, this one is another Will-O-Wisp set, but this one is actually more specially defensive than Charizard X, so I think it may actually have better coverage working well round than Charizard X, just because it has higher special bulk, so when you burn it, you already don't have to worry about that anymore. So you burn things with Will-O-Wisp, Roost when you need to, and Flamethrower when the chance is right. And then there's the different coverage moves. So Solar Beam, of course, good for Rock and Water. Earthquake hits Heatran, who would otherwise take all these really well, like the Flamethrower and the Will-O-Wisp. And then Focus Blast hits Pokemon like Heatran and Tyranitar, so I go with that over Earthquake probably. But then for Tyranitar, you can sometimes just work with burning it and calling it a day. And the EV spread, like I said, the same as Charizard X. And it said you could put in more defense EVs if you wanted, so you could better handle Pokemon like Bisharp. And I don't know why though, Bisharp doesn't seem like a problem. But yeah, so there's that set. Other options, Tailwind, Dragon Pulse, Flare Blitz, Dragon Dance, Air Slash, Overheat, Inferno, Ancient Power, Focus Punch, Dragon Tail, Roar, and Toxic. So Tailwind, it basically says that's his best bet at sweeping. If you're going to try, use that. Dragon Pulse hits the Pokemon who resist its moves, like Dragonite, who will resist Focus Blast, the Fire type move, and Solar Beam, as well as Latios and Latios. Flare Blitz is good to defeat Chansey and Blissey, however, the damage you'll take from Recoil will be insane, and you may just end up killing Charizard in the process. Granted, it gets rid of Chansey and Blissey, so that's cool. It says you can also run Dragon Dance. Basically, it's just kind of a way to get your speed up, but at the same time, it's completely outclassed by Charizard X, so if you're gonna do a Dragon Dance Charizard, just stick to Charizard X. Air Slash is good, but not as worth using, because even after Stab, it's not as powerful as Solar Beam or Focus Blast. And then, where'd I go? Also, Overheat is good if you're planning on just hitting and then switching out. Inferno would be a great move if it wasn't 50% accurate, so I wouldn't recommend that one. Ancient Power is good for Pokemon like Talonflame, and also hits Charizard Y, who actually a good counter to Charizard Y is Charizard Y, because it resists all the hits and has the ability to use Roost, so that could be good to taking on other Charizards. Focus Punch is an alternative to getting rid of Chansey and Blissey, although you will have to play around them a bit to be able to get it off. It's not as reliable as Flare Blitz. And then Dragon Tail or Roar can be used on defensive sets to phase out Pokemon, and then Toxic is another option, but the attack drop, same with Charizard X, is worth it more than being able to poison the Pokemon. And countering Charizard Y, Stealth Rock, like I said, pretty much the same as Charizard. If Charizard doesn't have Dragon Pulse, Latios, Dragonite, or Assault Vest Gudra are pretty good answers for to take hits from Charizard Y. Also, especially defensive Hippowdon is good, as long as you watch out for Solar Beam. And like I said, Charizard X and Charizard Y are actually pretty good at countering Charizard Y. So either of those, if you have them, do some Charizard versus Charizard. As long as they don't have Ancient Power or Toxic, you'll be pretty good to take hits, force them to switch out, if anything. And then Politoed good, although Focus Blast can still hit Politoed pretty hard, so you'd have to have some special defense investment in Politoed to be able to take that hit. And offensive Pokemon, Garchomp, Terrakion, Choice Scarf, Tyranitar, Thundurus, even Greninja and Keldeo, once Drought is gone, can take out Charizard Y. So after all that heftiness, hefty, we're going to jump into the team build real quick. I'm going to pause it because I have to record it in two separate videos. But yeah, look at all the times Charizard has been in an anime. Damn. So yeah, be right back with the team build. Alright, so we got the team build here for you guys. Like I said, sorry there's been a longer episode. They just a lot of information to go over. That's all it is. But now we're getting into the battles, all that fun stuff. So, of course, we got Charizard. I decided to go with the main attacking set, but instead of Dragon Claw, I did go for Outrage because having the chance to 2-hit KO a Quagsire is pretty awesome. And if I'm faster than it, I don't know why the music is stopping. Anyways, and if I'm faster than it, I have the chance to hit it with another Outrage before it can recover and all that good stuff. So we got the max Animate Nature, max attack, max speed, 4 in defense, and that's all there is to it. And then next we got Latias here. I decided to have Latias as my defogger just because it can, I feel like it's good for taking on a Azumarill too. Switching into a water move would be good. Not switching into a Play Rough, but I figure if I could time it right, they could go for a water move instead of Play Rough. So that's why I gave it Thunderbolt, also gave it Psyshock for coverage, all that good stuff, Defog, and then Roost to give it a little bit longevity, and Red Card I put on there just so I could force some switching on the teams and maybe put something into my advantage. Lately when I've been battling on Showdown, I've been losing a lot to people switching out at the right times and all that good stuff, so I'm kind of trying to counter that for now until I learn how to battle good again, and I can predict that on my own. And then we got Modest Nature, max special attack, max HP, and 4 in special defense. And next we got Ferrothorn. For my own hazards, if I get the chance, I know I have a defogger on my team, but if they don't have anything on their team to set up Stealth Rocks and all that, then I'll set up mine. Also for Quagsire and for Azumarill, can't be toxic by Quagsire, and I resist everything Azumarill wants to throw at me. I could even take Superpower, I'm pretty sure. And Rocky Helmet, Iron Barbs, Leech Seed, Power Whip, Stealth Rock, and Protect in case I need to get more Leech Seed health, with max HP, max defense, and 4 in attack and an Impish Nature. And then we got Sableye here. This is more for the physical Pokemon like Terrakion, Excadrill, Landorus, Garchomp, all that good stuff. I can use my Prankster, Will-O-Wisp them. Then I got Recover, Foul Play, and Confused Ray. Leftovers, max HP, max special defense, and 4 in defense, Calm Nature. Then next, we got especially bulky Tyranitar. This is here for Pokemon like Heatran, and then maybe some special attacking water Pokemon. I assume I could take a hit or two, especially with the Assault Vest. So I gave it Pursuit, Earthquake, Crunch, Stone Edge, max HP, max special defense, 4 in attack with the Careful Nature. And last, we got Choice Band Scizor, basically for Blissey or Chansey, whatever. I do have some other options for Chansey, I mean Charizard and then Tyranitar, but this is more so I can't be toxic by Blissey or Chansey. And Choice Band, Technician, Pursuit, Bullet Punch, U-Turn, and Superpower. Gave it Pursuit, like I said, people have been switching out a lot. And yeah, so basically the team is built around having some pretty decent bulk and then being able to heal off a little bit too, trying to outlast my opponent while I set up and all that good stuff. And then we got max HP, max attack, and 4 in special defense. I'm just gonna move that to defense because there is no point. And the Animate Nature. So that's gonna be the team right there. So let's go ahead and jump on into a battle. About time, right? So here we go. We are up against Electivire, Seismitoad, Bayonet, Leavenny, Chansey, and Haxorus. So got the Chansey there, that's good. Don't know what he's starting with. I want to say maybe Bayonet or Leavenny. Which, if that's the case... Well, actually, no, I don't want Scizor to get burned. Yeah, that would be bad. And he could taunt Ferrothorn. I might just have to start off with Charizard, actually. Let's do that. So he does start with Leavenny, so that's pretty good because I honestly doubt it'll even want to stay in, so I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance right here. Unless it's Focus Sashed. But I don't know what Leavenny commonly runs other than like Swords Dance and Leaf Blade. So we got the return. I mean, okay. That's cool. I feel like this thing might have a Focus Sash, yep. So hopefully, yeah, that's what I was worried about. There you go. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. the Flare Blitz and then the return. So he does switch knowing that I'm using Roost, that's fine. I already have one Dragon Dance up. Honestly, Flare Blitz has to kill this thing. Oh, he's going for Destiny Bond. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and Roost. If he wants to use Taunt, fine. If he wants to use Destiny Bond. Oh, really? Okay. I figured he would just go for, Damn it. I might end up having to lose Charizard here. There's not really much I could do, because Sableye could get taunted by Bayonet. I think I'm going to send down Tyranitar, get the Sandstorm up, and see what that could do for me. Let's try that out. So he does keep on going for Shadow Sneak. Now I'm going to... I don't even know if that's a good idea. I was going to say I'm going to go back into Charizard, but I don't want to get hit by Sandstorm. I'm going to do that anyway, see if I could get a chance to Roost. I just want to feel out his set more. I figured he would go for Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. That's why I didn't want to go out into Ferrothorn. So let's see if we can get another Roost off. So we do, he does take the damage, and Leavanny is going to go down here. So we got Charizard back up at full health. So not bad. Yeah, I think he might have realized I was trying to damage him with the Sandstorm and switched out. Gotta be real careful with Bayonet. So he goes out into Seismitoad now, which pretty sure Ferrothorn is cool with taking that. Granted, I could get burned, but if any of my Pokemon need to get burned, it would have to be Ferrothorn, just because it's not even really here to do damage like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for Leech Seed. He doesn't have a grass Pokemon anymore, so that's fine. He's going out into Chansey, so I'm gonna get plenty of health from that, and then go for Stealth Rocks just to have that out there. I don't know what he's gonna do because he can't poison me. If he wants to Thunder Wave, that's fine, because I'm already super slow, so you can have fun with that. So he goes for Wish. Don't know what exactly he's trying to switch into to Wish on. I'm just going to go for a Leech Seed in case they are trying to switch out. I don't know what they're trying to go into. Maybe Banette. Oh, Electivire, okay. Even better. Well, not even better. I actually would have loved to have Banette Leech Seeded. So I'm sure he's got the Fire type move, but he could also have Earthquake. So this would be a good time to go into Latias. I resist the Electric and the Fire, and can't get hit by Earthquake. I also resist Cross Chop. He could have Ice Punch, that's a thing to worry about, but let's see. So he was going for Brick Break right there. I don't assume that it's going to use Fire Punch. This might be a good time to go out into Sableye. Oh, he switches too. So he's going out into Chansey. I'm going to try and take this time. I might just go for Confuse Ray. Because if I could stop it from going for Wish or whatever, that'd be great. So he poisons me. Alright, so that's fine. I'm gonna go for Will-O-Wisp, see if it can... Oh, okay. It does hit itself in Confusion, so that's not bad. I would love to burn this thing, though. I don't think they'll switch out because the rest of their Pokemon are physical attackers, and I'm sure they have Aromatherapy, but it doesn't seem to be working out too well for him. So I'm gonna go into Scizor now, because I can't get Toxicked, and I do have Pursuit. So if Chansey wants to switch out, I can hit it for some pretty decent damage, if not kill it, before it tries to go. I don't know if it has Protect. I kind of want to assume it does, but we'll see what happens. Bad news is Pursuit would hit Chansey before it switches out, as opposed to, like, say, hitting Banette when it comes in. And I would love that. Chansey hit itself in Confusion again, so I'm going to go for Pursuit now. Yeah, I want to say they were trying to switch out. because they wouldn't have stayed in to try and take a hit from Scizor. So we got the pursuit going. I don't think they really have anything for Scizor. Might be trying to Will-O-Wisp me. But you know what? I'll stay in now because Scizor has taken out the Chansey and there's nothing else it really needs to take out. And if I don't care if I get Destiny Bonded. Oh? No, none of that? Okay. For sure. Let's do it. Unfortunately, they do have a lot of Pokemon that I could be concerned about, so yeah, I was forfeited. As far as Charizard couldn't really go out for Seismitoad or Haxorus. I could actually kill Haxorus, I'm sure, but I would have needed to set up at least once first. But the team did pretty good. Go ahead and give you guys one more battle, just because it's already a long episode anyway, so screw it, right? So we got Latios, Florges, Heatran, Landorus, Heracross, and Swampert. So Swampert, obviously an issue. Gonna have to save Ferrothorn for that. Can't start with Ferrothorn because I got Heatran. They might be trying to set up Stealth Rocks with Landorus or Swampert, but I can't start off with Charizard either way. I want to say Latios would be a good option. If only I had put like a water move or something on it. I think just starting off with Sableye will do just fine, especially if they start off with Swampert, because I could burn it. But then again, they might just switch straight into Heatran, predicting that. But if I could get... this isn't good. I don't really want to take a Moonblast from this thing. Or Hidden Power Fire. I'm just gonna go for Will-O-Wisp, see what they're trying to do. I'm assuming Moonblast. Granted, that doesn't take me out, which is good, because I didn't want that to happen. And, 268, 186. Ferrothorn actually has a higher special defense, so I might just go out into Ferrothorn now. If they want to stay in, fine. So we take the Moonblast pretty well. I think I'm just going to go for Leech Seed instead of Stealth Rock. They do have the Hidden Power Fire, which is why I wanted to go for Leech Seed. So I could get health back twice because I do have Protect. And Hidden Power Fire did 62%. So I'm going to get some extra health as well as some extra damage on Florges. And then see where we're going here. I think switching out into Charizard could work here. Granted, there's a lot that Charizard can't do to this team. I think I'll go out into Latios and see if I could get a Psy-Shot going. Bad news is they've got Latios, which I'm sure is an offensive one, so it can outspeed me pretty well. Oh, that's right. Well, that's no fun. Completely forgot about that. So I'm just going to go for the Psy-Shock now. See what kind of damage I can get. Bad news is, probably has knockoff. Good news, my item's already gone, so we should be able to take it. Especially if I'm defensive. I'm not that defensive, actually. I'm more specially defensive. Oh, U-turn. Okay. So, something to take the Psychic move, possibly. Heatran would be good to go out into right now. Don't go out into Heatran. Alright, I'm cool with this. Psyshock kills it. Florges dead. So, now we got Landorus again. I think I'm gonna go out into Ferrothorn. Granted, I can't take a hit well. U-turn would be good. Yeah, I figured it would go for knockoff. I want to see if I can take a hit though. So I'm gonna go for Protect first. Oh, it switches out. Damn. I really should have gone for Leech Seed. Yeah, this is not good. Gonna go for Protect again. I mean, if I can PP stall it, why not? Goes for Stealth Rock, damn. That's really unfortunate. And I need to save Latias. Oops, I clicked on Tyranitar. I didn't mean to do that. That sucks. Oh well. Grant, I take that extremely well. I wanted to get a safe switch into Tyranitar and just go out into Sableye. I figured they're gonna switch, so I'm just gonna go for, actually, what would they switch into? I want to say they'll go into Latias. I'm just gonna go for Crunch. No, I stay in. Damn. Okay. Well, I have Earthquake. See, now they're gonna switch out into Latias. Watch. How much do you want to bet? No? Thank you. So, Heatran's dead. Damn, I should... See, now I'm over-predicting. But so far, it's going well. I should be able to take a hit from Latios. I'm super bulky. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Hold this Crunch. So Latios is dead. At this point, I'll just let Tyranitar go for whatever wants to come out. Good news, Heatran is gone, so I think Stealth Rocks will be gone. So I'll go out into Latias next chance I get and just go for a Defog. So we do got Heracross next. I don't really have anything to hit it with. I'll just go for Stone Edge. Goes for the Mega Horn, we're down. That's okay. Oh, and it's Moxie. Ugh. Gonna go on to Latias. I'm assuming I'll be faster, unless it's Choice Scarfed. Which, if that's the case, that really sucks. I'll know right now if it's Choice Scarfed. Yep, it's Choice Scarfed. So I'm gonna go out into Sableye. I shouldn't die, and I should be able to burn it with a Will-O-Wisp. So let's see. Yeah, I don't want to risk recovering either. Sableye, I kind of need you to hit this thing. If I don't, I might lose. Because this Heracross's attack is getting pretty beefy. Alright, there we go. So Heracross is burned. We are going to die to a Mega Horn still. So it is still slightly boosted. But, let's try and go into Ferrothorn, see if we can get potentially get a Leech Seed going. Or go for Protect. Let's try that first. Just see what's happening. So he is going to take more burn damage, then he's going to take Iron Barb next turn. So let's... yeah, we still died. But he does take some pretty decent damage, and then burn damage also stacking up. So... this is bad. Charizard is going to have some trouble. I'm not faster than it, that's the problem. Alright, you know what? Let's go out into Charizard. Actually, this was a stupid idea. I was gonna say, let's not Mega Evolve, go for Roost. He's gonna be faster though. Yeah, I was gonna say, because we resist that 4 times, so we should be pretty good. And I'm afraid to go for Dragon Dance though, because I don't know if I'll outspeed it. I'm gonna have to go for Roost again. Yeah, I am getting more health than what he's doing to me, so that's pretty good. Actually, Charizard X gets a defense boost, so let's go for Dragon Dance. So it does 37%. So honestly, it shouldn't even kill us still at this point. So I'll go for another Roost. Now we outspeed. There we go. And he misses that Mega Horn. Please don't kill from the burn. Oh, we're so set. We're so set. Getting the speed boost, getting the Dragon Dance off. Yeah, we're pretty good to go. Unfortunately, we don't get to Roost up again. But you know what? I want to assume Outrage is going to kill this thing. And possibly Swampert. Let's go. Let's see how strong you really are. Lander is dead. Now we got Swampert. Go Charizard. I don't think it'll kill, but I will have faith. You could do it, Charizard. Oh, it does. Okay, well, they weren't lying when they said that Charizard takes out, damn near the whole game. Well, there you go. I'm sorry this episode was so long, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you did, go ahead, leave a like. If you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel, NewAgeSteel, where I upload multiple videos every single day. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I post first-hand information on when I upload videos to the channel. So until then, I'm NewAgeSteel, keep on watching, and I'll see you guys next time.